Say hello, Padma. You're back on Periscope. It is time for a little cleaning, a little housekeeping in your tank. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hi there, this is Marjorie Phoenix. I am the author of the book, Who the Hell Do You Think You Are? The founder of the Forgotten Women's Project. And it's been a while since I've been on. Actually, I did a scope just yesterday. So I am back on, a little bit more consistent. Welcome. Thank you for joining. And I feel like this is the right time. And with Valentine's coming up this weekend, I know everyone's preparing for that in some way, shape, or form, or maybe some of us aren't. I've met a few people that don't really care for Valentine's. But what I found, in being single for some years now, since my divorce, how to appreciate Valentine's and how to look at Valentine's as not just about the people or the person in your life per se. It's like you have to have a romantic partner to be able to celebrate Valentine's, and you don't. And actually, having one particular day to really show your love to someone, no, we should be doing that every single day. And we should be practicing the art of self-love. First of all, it starts with us. We really cannot love others until we truly know how to love ourselves. And it's easy to say that, but I don't think people understand what it means to have self-love. I've seen so many of us, we're so busy putting other things over our own self-care. And just from your actions and the way we speak and the things that we do, you can tell a person who practices self-love. And I know a lot of us are mothers and fathers and, business owners and partners and, wives, husbands, that sort of thing. And we tend to, in the relationship dynamic, put other people first. And what ends up happening, and I guess, I can say this from my perspective and also from other people that I've known over time. What I've seen is we end up becoming at war with ourselves. There's a lot of internal conflicts with the way we look, the way we feel, the way we spend our time, and really truly loving ourselves enough to say, you know what, it's all right to be selfish when it's about caring for yourself. And I think it's a beautiful act to be selfish in that respect. It's the whole analogy of, what do they say when you're in an airplane and the mask comes down? You want to put the mask on yourself first before you put it, maybe on the child or the other person next to you. And I believe that is so true. And I don't think that I would have ever learned how to practice self-love had I still been in the marriage that I was in that relationship. It wasn't ever in my thought process because I thought that everyone else came before me. So a couple of things about self-love is that you can practice having a sacred space for yourself. I've learned this over time. So if you're struggling with this and really trying to figure out, what is this going to look like for me? Just here are a couple ideas. So sacred space, for one, would be knowing that you're putting yourself first at a particular time and in a particular environment. And I was listening to an interview the other day, and they were talking about, how they have busy lives, and we all have busy lives, but they've been able to put on their calendar a block every 90 days to take one day or take a week. Some people have even taken a month and taken that time for themselves. And they call that their sacred space. And that's their time. And that's their time to refuel and to just love on themselves. And I love the idea of that. How many of us really truly do that? And when I say, take that sacred time and sacred space, I don't mean just to use it to lay around and sleep all day and do nothing, but really take the attention and the focus that you've been putting into everyone else and everything else and put it into yourself and see what that feels like. Now, I know when you think about that, you're like, well, I can't even think about taking out one chunk of a day, 1 week, let alone a month. Well, then you can start in smaller increments. And so for me, this is what it looks like for me. I've started eliminating some things in my life and incorporating some different things. So I've eliminated, for me, I know that my health is really important. And, your health is connected to everything. I talk about mind, body, spirit, and everything being in alignment, right? So I'm doing more meditations. I'm eating more whole foods. I'm cutting back lots on my meat. And I'm exercising a lot more. And doing the exercise that I want to do, that I know is good for me. Some people love to walk. Some people like to do spins. Some people like Zumba. I could never see myself in a Zumba class. I'm a little bit more high impact. I like boxing. I find that to be therapeutic. I enjoy running and being outside and yoga, things like that. So I look for the things that are going to bring me joy, that I know that at the end of that, I'm going to feel so good about myself. So sleeping and, just going to bed at a particular time, and that space before I go to bed, candles, something soft playing, something that's going to nurture my soul. Either it's music or it's a particular podcast or something. Read. My bedroom is very sacred to me. That's a sacred space. So when I go in there at night, I'm getting ready to wind down. And when I wake up in the morning, I have, my morning rituals, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in another scope. But I've developed that, a morning and an evening time to practice self-love for myself. That's what I've been able to do. And then I've started to eliminate some things out of my life, certain dairies and sugars, and for the past 30 days, I've been doing a detox, and so I've cut back on wine. I enjoy my wine. But I did that because I practice self-discipline, to know that I can do that, and I want my body to get a chance to just clear all of that stuff away. And this is showing my self-love. These are the things that I do. And so, you may not want to do that. It may look something totally different for you. But I want to encourage you to practice that. If you can't carve out a big chunk of time, then find little sacred times during the day. Because I'm going to tell you, no one is going to love you more than you can love yourself. Well, God, of course. God loves you. Okay, so just know that. You are loved and you are supported. But when you're looking outside of yourself, don't look for anyone to take better care of you and to love you more than you love yourself. Practice the art of self-love. And start Valentine's Day. You don't have a romantic person. You don't have people around you. I'm going to go to dinner with some of my girlfriends on Valentine's Day and share the love that way. And for you, it could, be getting a manicure, pedicure, whatever it is that's going to, Give yourself some love. I want you to go ahead and do that, okay? And I'll be back, if not Sunday, maybe Monday. And I want to talk with you a little bit more about developing rituals in your life and looking at the practice of a morning ritual. If you practice self-love already and you want to share with me what that looks like, wherever you see this video, on Facebook, YouTube, comment below. Let me know. Share with me. Look for me on social media as Marjorie Phoenix. And until next time, namaste, God bless, and go out and change the world. Bye-bye.